Time to talk a little Dynasty, and we're going to do a lot more Dynasty on this channel moving forward as we get into the later part of November and especially December. And I'm going to have most of my Dynasty content featured early, talked about early, maybe some kind of like coffee talk type of a video upload on my Patreon before I talk about Dynasty players. So example, once we're in motion with that, you'll get maybe me discussing these players, or hey, I'm going live. It's going to be a more relaxed and casual video kind of conversation on Patreon, but it'll be dipping into these topics before we jump live. But the Patreon will be very focused on Dynasty content, even though the majority of the live chat is redraft. It's going to be a great place for everybody to congregate. So make sure you're signed up on my Patreon. The link is in the description of the video. Cancel anytime, $10 a month. Here's the link for that. But we're going to talk about Dynasty players right now. There's the link right there. I'll pin it in a second. We're going to talk about these specific 3 players in Dynasty. If you're in a league now and you're making trades, some leagues trade year-round in Dynasty. And just even this conversation from a redraft perspective is important because it's letting you know where I think the rest of the story is going to go. If I'm down on Dowdle, let's say for the remainder of the season, or if I'm down on Dowdle big time walking into next year, then you're probably going to say, well, how does he view Dowdle the rest of this year then? He obviously doesn't think he's going to end with a great, finish. That's not true, actually. I love Dowdle this year. So what's that mean? What's the opposite mean? Do I love Dowdle walking into 2026? Or do I look at his age of 28 years old? In 2026, he'll be... Ziggy, how old is Rico Dowdle?
Rico Dowdle is 27 years old.
27!
June 14th, 1998.
Ziggy off. 27 years old right now, turning 28 in June. Ziggy, how old is Bucky Irving?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Ziggy, how old is Bucky Irving?
Bucky Irving is 23 years
23.
old. 19th,
August. So there's 4 years apart, these two gentlemen. 4 years apart. Rico's 28 next year, and Bucky will be 24. He's currently 23 years old. Bucky can't even rent a car for another year or two in some states. He had to be 25 years old. Next year, Bucky can't rent a car. He can't. Bucky can barely drink. Rico Dowdle has grandchildren. There's a big difference. And Justin Jefferson. Ziggy, how old is Justin Jefferson? Ziggy, how old is Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson is 26 years old and was born on June 16th, 1999.
So Rico Dowdle is turning 28. JJ is turning 27. Yeah, let's break it all down. The Fantasy Football Show, Dynasty Edition. We'll break down other players too. That show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So again, this show is not to be turned off if you're in redraft mode and you're like, I like Dynasty, but not now. I want to watch. This is going to talk about how they finish. Most importantly, that's going to help you from a redraft perspective. That's going to be what makes you, want to continue watching if you're needing now content. I think JJ, who came out today and said he wants to get back to the grind, I think he probably saw himself on footage lollygagging, on that one interception, and JJ didn't even try and tackle the defender. And he got kind of lumped into the A.J. Brown vibe. He got lumped into the I don't care about football, the BTJ, no dog and BTJ vibe. And I think JJ, and I respect JJ like hell for addressing it and saying, I want to get back to like when I was a kid. I want to get back to, JJ said this, I want to get back to the dog days. I want to get that dog grit mentality. I'm going to dig my heels in and go after it. Where you're not hearing that from BTJ. You're not hearing that from A.J. Brown. You're hearing the exact opposite. And to me, that makes me feel like he's going to have a much better from week 11 through 17 than he had prior. So this makes a really, really good buy low candidate for anybody that's in that situation. Or if you've got JJ and you just need a little, pep talk, I think he has a nice little finish. I don't think he plays like JJ, who has a Joe Burrow type quarterback. It's not like the old Kirk Cousins days necessarily, but this could be a 100-yard receiver again on the consistent. Even if the touchdowns are down, he only has like, what, 2 or 3? Is it 2? Is it 2? Ziggy, how many touchdowns does Justin Jefferson have here in the 2025 season? I don't know if you can get that.
From statnews.com. Justin Jefferson has had 51 catches,
51
6 yards, and has scored 2 touchdowns in 9 games.
Ziggy off. Ziggy's trying to take Kruger's job back. The job that Kruger took from him. He's
I'm quite sure how to help with that.
Ziggy off. Never mind. Never mind. I'm really excited about JJ. I think JJ has a real nice outlook for weeks 11 through 17. If I'm buying low on any wide receiver right now, it's Buka, it's Rice, it's JJ. And no one's saying they're very cheap, but they're cheaper than JSN, who's going crazy right now. Buka at least he's had a bad game, not recently. he had an amazing game last week, but people are still a little worried about Patrick Mahomes. They're worried about a lot of things in that situation. So Rice has got like that kind of like unknown feeling. Buka as well, both these guys. Sorry, I started talking about Rice all of a sudden. They didn't even transition. Rice, Rice coming off of a mediocre game than the bye week, and Buka coming off a great game but mediocre game. A little stretch of concern with Baker, and with Mahomes. But at the end of the day, these are all three players, Buka, Rice, and JJ, that are a little bit cheaper than they should be. What do I expect out of JJ? Do I think JJ can ever rebound back to number 1 overall wide receiver material? I do. I think a lot of it is the fact that he's sitting in a situation that's volatile. It's a musical chairs quarterback situation. I don't think that they have the right quarterback under center. I made this abundantly clear. I don't know if Sick Nasty's here. I wonder what Sick Nasty thinks about JJ McCarthy right now. I'm sure he's still a huge supporter, but I want to hear somebody that's really pro JJ McCarthy, not to tear down their take or anything. You guys know I love Sick Nasty. He's one of our mods. But I just want to know from a pro JJ McCarthy stance, or even if he has that stance anymore, what's in store. Sick Nasty, tell me what you think about JJ McCarthy. I really want to know your honest opinion. Give us it, and I'll drop it on screen. This is not to blast you. I'm just merely trying to get a pro JJ stance. I don't think they have the right quarterback under center. And I think what I said in the offseason was 100% on point. The fact that they were so slow to anoint him the starter. They were still opening the door for Aaron Rodgers. They sat on it for a long time. They didn't announce McCarthy was their starter. They had no other starter in place really at all. No good quarterback talent on the roster. And they're like, are you the starter, McCarthy? And McCarthy was at the press conference at the mic, and he said, they haven't named me the starter yet, but that gives me that grit, and I'm a dog, and that makes me want to fight and become 9. He didn't say that, but he wants to be known as 9 now, or that's what he calls himself. I knew back then that this team wasn't super confident. I didn't know that he'd necessarily fail for sure, but I knew that the team was not sure where they were at with JJ McCarthy, or they would have named him the starter when there was no one on roster. They made him beg for the starting gig. They left the door open for Aaron Rodgers as long as they could. Clearly an indication that they're not quite sold on McCarthy. McCarthy didn't have a good rookie year because he got injured. Basically trying to replay his rookie year right now. So we do have to give him some grace to maybe have a potential, climb and increase in value. And then maybe he ends the season kind of in a little bit of a hype mode. And then we start looking at it from a different perspective, maybe at the end of the year versus what we're looking at it right now. But I do believe they bring in another quarterback. I think this is not going to be a J.J. McCarthy-led offense next year. That's my gut. I don't know where it's going to become, a tipping point. Sick Nasty's comment here is, I think JJM is still settling in, but he should be fine. He's a lot more hurdles, but has shown signs of being the future guy. My concern is that I just don't know that even if he is the future guy, is he a high octane type of quarterback that's going to have enough footballs being tossed around to make this man the number 1 overall wide receiver in fantasy football? Do we need to have a different signal caller in place? Who might that signal caller be? What quarterbacks are potentially on the move? Will Shador be available? Will AR5 be floating around? And are those even remotely good options that are better than JJ McCarthy? Probably not, to be honest. Winston, I don't know. What's he? I mean, is there any real available quarterback in the National Football League via trade that makes sense? Kyler Murray, what's Kyler Murray proven? You put him in this system, I don't know that it's any better. I don't even think Kyler Murray's that good of a quarterback at all. But what quarterback can step in that can be traded for right now? Well, let's take a look at it. Fields might be a quarterback that potentially goes somewhere. I'm not saying that he'll be good there either. I don't know. I don't know who. Milroe, Milton, could they potentially be moved? It's hard to say. Brock Purdy, Mac Jones. Does Mac Jones get to go somewhere else? Does a quarterback like Bryce Young end up going somewhere else to get another chance? Because Carolina's already being rumored to be one of the places Kyler Murray could land. Shador Sanders, could he get traded and become? I mean, Shador, Mac Jones might be the two best quarterback options for any team that's looking for a veteran presence. Or Shador's not a veteran, but you know what I'm saying, not a non-rookie. Or is it going to be the rookie quarterback pool that might have a couple good rookies? We'll talk about those guys in December too. But this rookie QB pool is pretty nice. Hard to say. I think at the end of the day, there is some volatility with JJ's dynasty value. There's no doubt about that. And let me put a circle by JJ as we talk about him versus these other guys right now. There's volatility. There's concern. There's maybe, I'd say, a cap or a limiter on JJ's potential upside and ceiling until he gets that quarterback in place. He's in a good system, so to speak. Will that system last long enough to get the great quarterback, though? Look at Dable. Dable's gone now. He waited too long to get that signal caller. Wasted a lot of games in a couple years trying to find the right quarterback. Finally gets him, and now he's gone. JJ, Justin Jefferson. That's what JJ means. Some of you are saying JJ in the chat. I don't know if you're referencing JJ or Justin or JJ McCarthy. Two different players. 9J or 9JM, as we call him. Or JJM, not JJ. JJ McCarthy is JJ McCarthy, not JJ. This is JJ. Just to clarify, some of you in the chat are writing JJ, and no one knows who you're talking about. This guy probably cannot reach his ceiling value without a better quarterback. You look at a guy like Neighbors, and he's reaching premium value no matter who's in there. I'm not saying that Neighbors is a better receiver than JJ, but there are certain receivers in the National Football League that need the ball a certain way. They need a good signal caller or a good system, and they need volume. And I'm not saying JJ is lesser than Neighbors in that sense of, okay, can he still produce? Is he QB proof? I think JJ is pretty QB proof, but I don't know that we can get what Neighbors can get in his situations, and his situation is about to become a lot better with Jackson Dart, of course. But look what JJ or Neighbors did without Jackson Dart. I haven't seen that out of Justin Jefferson. I would say that in Dynasty, he's probably my favorite player to trade for, though, because everything we're concerned about is baked in. And no one's having to buy JJ at 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 overall value, while you're not getting him at late second round value Dynasty equivalent in a trade. You're getting him in the second round value equivalent. You're getting him at 12, 13, 14 in a trade. And that bakes in any sort of ups and downs he might have. That bakes in the limiter that's now currently set on his value that will be removed once he has a good signal caller in place. But the problem we have from a fantasy football perspective is that, and JJ's not QB proof totally, though, because he's had different quarterbacks. He still has not been an elite wide receiver, even when Wentz was in there. You know, he hasn't been as good. Whereas a guy like Neighbors, you know, had been producing elite electric numbers. Again, I'm not trying to say JJ's lesser. I'm just saying he's different. Every wide receiver is different. And I just think that that because you can buy him at this discount, it's not really a big deal. But, man, if you buy him at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 overall dynasty value in a trade right now, packaging and all the risk that he doesn't get a signal caller for a year or two, and he does get a signal caller within a year or two, you're taking Justin Jefferson to the promised land, or he's taking you to the promised land, rather. And in JJ, looking back, this entire season, he was wide receiver 21, wide receiver 38, wide receiver 30, wide receiver 8. That is his best game this year. So when you say JJ's QB proof, he's not. I mean, he's still good. He's still JJ. We know he's going to be good, but he's not as QB proof as Neighbors. He was wide receiver 8 in week 4. He was wide receiver 11 in week number 5. Bye week. Wide receiver 27, wide receiver 20, wide receiver 18, wide receiver 42. He's had 2 games where he's been in the top 11, 1 game that he's been inside the top 10, and not one single top 7 wide receiver contest this year. Now, I do believe it turns around. That's the point of the video. I think it turns around. Do I think he's a top 5 wide receiver this year? I don't think you're getting that. But I think in Dynasty, it's important to go proactively get him before his situation changes, because you'll never get him this cheap ever again. So, redraft week 11 on, buy at the expectation that you're probably getting, though. Dynasty, buy low, never be cheaper. Rico Dowdle, 27 years old, turning 28 before the season begins. How is this going to end well? I don't know. Am I somebody that's going to invest in 2026 redraft Rico Dowdle shares? Probably. I think I will. It depends where the cost is. Depends how he finishes. I do believe that he will finish in such a massive way that there's probably going to be a pretty high cost of entry in 2026. But I believe the age factor, the unknowns, the state of the team, the state of the quarterback situation. I think we're going to have some turmoil, maybe some questionable decisions that need to be made. Some tough calls need to be made at the end of the year in terms of Bryce Young, where this team takes this squad. It's an exciting team. Everybody's kind of amped about, what they've been able to do with what they have. The wide receiver room, they need to work on establishing more consistent group of pass catchers. Tet is promising, but you also got to get a quarterback in there that can feed him the ball properly. And I don't think Bryce Young's really that. I think he's exciting at times, but I think I probably say I'm drafting Dowdle as a high-end running back 2 entering 2026 redraft. I don't know if that's going to let me land him. We'll have to find out based on how he finishes. But I think from a dynasty perspective, I can't imagine him going anywhere in the top 3 rounds. And if you think that that's like crazy talk, think about how Kyren Williams continues to be discarded. No matter how Kyren Williams finishes, Kyren can finish as a top 10 running back. Year after year, Kyren is not in round 2. He's not in round 1. I highly doubt a 28-year-old running back named Rico Dowdle, even if he finishes really strong, because Kyren finished strong, I don't think he can breach either one of these rounds, especially round 1 at 28 years of age, even really in redraft. So I'm kind of talking redraft right now. In redraft, I can't imagine him being higher than the 3rd round. Now, would I buy him in round 3? It depends how he finishes. Depends how strong he looks. I think he could have 1 or 2 good years, but 28 is concerning. It's a big year for drop off. However, does he have extra time because he hasn't, knocked all the tread off the tires? Yeah, I think you kind of have a little bit of leeway, but it's like 1 or 2 years. There's no he can play well at 32, 33 because he started late. There's a certain ticking timer on a running back's body, especially as a running back, where they can't just ground and pound at 31 years old like a 25-year-old. They end up breaking down. Their body breaks down. Doesn't matter if they haven't got a lot of miles in the NFL. Their body still starts to change. They can't hit the hole. The reactions and the twitch you used to have, even if you haven't been used and abused, is still dropping off significantly when you hit that age of 28, 29, 30. I probably would say in Dynasty, I can't even see him sniffing round 4. You know, you guys tell me in the chat, where would you draft Rico Dowdle in a Dynasty startup right now? What round would Rico Dowdle go in at 27 years old, turning 28, in a startup that didn't consider this season you were doing a startup draft for 2026 and beyond? Tell me in the chat where you rank Rico Dowdle. 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, 3rd round. Drop the round in a Dynasty startup, not redraft, a 2026, nothing 2025's related. 2026 startup. He will be 28 years old when he hits the field for you. I've got a 5th or 6th round. I got a 6th or 7th round. I've got a 5th rounder. I got a 6 to 7. I got a 6. I agree. So if we're in agreement that we're talking about no higher than 6, a lot of you are saying 7 or 6, 7. Let's even leave 7 out. Let's just lock in on the 6th round. I'm fine with that. And that excites me. If Rico Dowdle is going to hold 6th round value or later, I'm okay investing the 6th round pick on a veteran. I'm okay grabbing the equivalent of what kind of feels like a Derrick Henry pick over the last couple of years, where it's like, okay, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to go ahead and invest if Rico finishes strong. Now, if Rico doesn't finish strong, he probably won't even go in round 6 or 7. If Rico finishes like a top 6 to 8 running back, top 5 to 7 running back, I think he could breach this 5-round territory. But Dynasty owners in Dynasty leagues everywhere are so hell-bent on players above 25, 26 years of age. I can't imagine that Rico is some exception to the rule at 28 years old and makes people want to grab him higher. I think this is where you can consider it, round 6, 7. And that's pretty good value. I don't think that's anything that's concerning me. I like that. JJ, as we talked about just a minute ago, where would JJ go? Dynasty startup round 1. It's not even a hesitation that JJ is going to go in round 1. Again, even with the limitations we're seeing right now, where he can't produce without a better quarterback than he has. No one's saying he hasn't produced well over the years in spots when his QB's gone down, but he's had Kirk Cousins for a long time. He's had a lot of good volume for a long time. And JJ, despite this year, is probably going to still come in around the bottom of 1. In a Dynasty startup, if his situation didn't change, this is for Justin Jefferson, I can't imagine him being high 1, but I can see him being in that, I don't know, probably 8 to 12 range. I don't think he'll drop out of 1. It's certainly possible, but I don't think he would. I think in redraft he could slide to this like territory right here where he's like 10, 11, 12, 13 in spots during the year. I don't think it would stay that way all year, but I could see a time frame where a couple other the young bucks climb up. People are drafting JSN over JJ without a hesitation for 2026. I can tell you that right now. There's no way JJ can finish strong enough with his current situation to overtake JSN. But does JSN lock in now above JJ in Dynasty wide receiver rankings? So in the chat, I want you to rank JJ with a number, or a JSN with a number and JJ with a number in a Dynasty startup. So you're going to read off JSN and then a number and then JJ and a number. And tell me what they are wide receiver wise. Tell me what number, and we'll write down the average here. Stafford, could Stafford leave? It's possible, Stafford, but his back is so bad. I could see him not playing again after this year, but we'll have to see. He's mustered through it this year brilliantly, like we predicted he would. But his back is something that's degenerative. It's not just a disc. It's the bigger problem is the degeneration going on in his back. So we got a 1 for JSN and a 9 for JJ. JJ 8, JSN 1, JJ 4. Okay, I'm going to take an average of this. JSN 3. Keep the votes coming. Keep the votes coming. JSN and JJ. Keep them coming. I'm going to do an average here. We're going to write down what you guys think JSN is dynasty-wise wide receiver number and what JJ is wide receiver number. JSN 3, JSN 1, JSN 2, 3, JJ 8 to 12. Janet Jackson. We got a Jan. We got a 2 and a 4. No QB for JJ, says Chris. I'm telling you, I saw a couple of you snap back at me and say, Jay, it's ridiculous to call. You can't say JJ's not QB proof. He's not QB proof. He's proving that this year. What's QB proof mean to you? It means that they don't miss a beat. JJ's so far from being the same wide receiver right now. It's just, you can blame it on McCarthy all you want, but we've seen rotations of quarterbacks for a guy like Neighbors, and he's still producing. I'm not saying JJ's not the best in the league if he's given the proper offense and quarterback, but right now he's not delivering. You know, we've seen JSN deliver with multiple QBs. We've seen Neighbors deliver with multiple QBs. JJ is he's an amazing player, but it seems like he needs the offense to be a certain way, or he's not producing top 3, 4, 1 wide receiver numbers. JJ 3, JSN 4. Adam, what are you talking about? JJ owner as well. JJ 2, JSN 3. A couple of you have JJ higher. That's wild. I'm going to say the average from you guys was 1 to 2 for JSN and about 5 to 7 on average for JJ, because we had several 8s and 9s, and but we had a couple 2s and 3s and 5s. Yeah. JSN 2, JJ 6 to 7. I mean, this feels about right to me in a dynasty setting. But it will be wild in 2026 if not much changes or they stick to JJ McCarthy, which I can't imagine they will do, but it's certainly in the realm of possibility. Or they bring in somebody just to, in case it doesn't work, they'll put that player in. But does JJ in 2026 redraft? Can you guys give me the number that you would rank right now if you're drafting right now? You couldn't use anything for 2025, but I'm making you draft your redraft 2025-26 draft right now. JJ is wide receiver what? Tyler Warren on a bye, yes. JJ is wide receiver what in 2026 redraft? 7. So the tail end of this in redraft, the upside appears to be seven, 10, 4, 9, 5. I would say his redraft value is 7 to 8, maybe 7 to 9. His dynasty value is 5 to 7. I'm okay with this. I'll buy this all day in dynasty. I'd take him at 6, 7 as a dynasty wide receiver. No problem. I think it does get better for him, but I am concerned about what is in store for him in 2026 for my dynasty team. What's in store for 2027 for my dynasty team. Other dynasty guys we can talk about as the show moves on. Let me hit some of these super chats. I'm sure a lot of you want to talk about, week 11 as well, but I wanted to dip into these 3 players. Oh, Bucky. We didn't even get to Bucky yet. Bucky Irving is 23 turning 24. He's young. He's got his whole career ahead of him. Running back drop-offs. So for RBs, the drop-off is right around 27 to 28 years old and 29. And so if you're 22 and this is a 10 out of 10 and a 0 for production, like being in your prime at your elite status, you usually enter in, and then as you're in the NFL, you start to peak right about your second or so year. Year 2 is usually pretty good. Year 1 can be amazing too, but year 2, year 3, that's when you're at your prime. So 22, we'll call this even 23. 24. Bucky's 23, so he played at 22. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. This is a mess. Hold on, let me rewrite it. Hold on. Let me just smash as many numbers together as possible. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Given how young Bucky is, starting off at 22, I don't think he's playing elite football past 27. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I don't think he plays elite football at 28 years old. So Bucky's going to be a player that has, he starts young. He's a smaller guy. I think he starts to potentially be, injury, got some injuries here and there. But at 27 is when I'm starting to potentially sell him. It's just the sad nature of things. But this is a lot of years. We're talking about, this is not 2022. This is 2024. This is 2025. This is 2026. This is 2027. This is 2028. So in 2028, it's a long time away. We have 1, 2, 3 more elite years of Bucky after this year. I'm fine with that. So if I'm ranking Bucky Irving from a dynasty perspective in fantasy football, there's no way in hell I'm ranking him outside the top 10. I don't know where I value him. Could he be 5? I don't know, because you still have Bijan, you have Gibbs, you have JT, you have let's real quickly just roll through these. We should do a ranking video. You've got Achane, you have Hendy, Genty, Bucky, maybe Harvey. It's possible. He's an older player, but he's still young, fresh. Judkins, James Cook. Is Kyron still going to be in the mix? Jacobs will still be in the mix. I think Jacobs is not going to be ranked as high as Bucky. He's had a lot of work. We're talking dynasty here. Hampton, maybe. Hampton, Judkins. Scadaboo, maybe. We'll see how he develops. Harvey. Is Woody Marks going to be in the mix here? Breece Hall, does he have any time left? Javonte. So the players I'm going to circle are above Bucky. Bijan, Gibbs, JT, Achane. I'm going to say Hendy. I want to say Genty, but we don't know what his situation looks like next year. I think that we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure players. Tootin, yeah, Tootin could get into this mix later, but what do we got here? Barkley? No. Come on, bro. As a top 10 running back? I don't think so. Gibbs, Swift, maybe, but Swift has had a lot of mileage. Chase Brown, yeah, I don't know why we didn't put Chase Brown here. Chase Brown. Dowdle will be in a conversation, but then we're gonna hit that like age wall. Dowdle, Benson, maybe. We're just writing down a lot of the running backs that are going to be in arguments, that people are going to have an argument for this running back. You could put Swift here if you want, but he has had a lot of mileage already. James Cook. Did I put Cook? James Cook. So, I don't have Cook over Bucky. I don't have Chase Brown over Bucky. I don't have Javonte over Bucky. I don't have Jacobs over Bucky. I could debate Genty and Judkins and Bucky all in the same breath. So, honestly, I feel really, really good about calling it here. Running back 6 to 8 for Bucky, dynasty-wise. Running back 6 to 8. I feel pretty confident with that. Bucky, being as young as he is, being in such a good offense, having such a good quarterback and system, I feel with a wide receiver stretch in the field. Kyron, didn't I put Kyron on here? I guess I stopped writing some names and then we started writing again. Kyron, ETN, I don't know about ETN. The point wasn't to get Kyron on or off this. The point, Kyron's right there. The point was to find as many names as possible to debate, to circle over Bucky. That was the point of the exercise. So we're not trying to just write everybody down. Jacobs is right here. So Bijan, Gibbs, JT, HN, Hendy, and then it's a grab bag for who's next up. Is it Judkins? Is it Bucky? Is it Genty? Is it Cook? Is it Javonte? Is it Chase Brown? I think Bucky can be in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 conversation. So for me, Bucky, running back 6, 7, or 8 in Dynasty. Dowdle outside the top 15, but hopeful that he could produce better than that. And JJ outside the top 5, but certainly in the ballpark of the 6 to 8 range for Dynasty wide receivers with upside that if he gets a quarterback, he could climb straight up to number 1, 2, or 3. He really could. JJ could be 1, 2, or 3, but JJ right now has not proven to be trustworthy without a quarterback to be anything near a top 5 wide receiver. Plain and simple. End of story. Two $20 haulers, one from age 13 and one from Mari Sports. Mari says, rate my team, redraft 12 team, 2 flex, PPR, 6 and 4, Mahomes, Hendy, Harvey, Hampton, Hunt, Manungai, Tootin, Chase, Nico, J-Mo, Garrett Wilson, Bowers, Otten. I need to improve. Let me know. You're the man. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. 6 and 4, man. Harvey, Hendy are coming on strong right in the nick of time. Hampton will be back. I don't know that I'm moving much, bro, except for trying to get rid of Garrett Wilson if you can't. I don't even think the news today is awful. You know, his coach saying he doesn't know if he'll be back. That time to trade him was when there was some hope that he would just miss the 3 to 4 games. I don't think you're getting rid of him now. I think you waited too long. This is a guy who definitely trade away. Hampton and Garrett Wilson like 3 days ago could have maybe got you something that you could sneak out of and be comfortable with. I don't think you're getting anybody's taking Garrett Wilson now. Why would anybody even want to waste the roster spot now? So that ship has sailed. But he was a good sell high candidate for a few days. I'd probably say you still could sell Hampton on the high. Maybe someone needs a Hunt. Maybe somebody needs a Otten. But there's not much to move here unless you're going to sell, let's say, Jamar Chase down to a Nico, a Buka, or a Rice to upgrade Hampton. That I would do. You can upgrade Hampton into a top 6 running back like James Cook or something. I would take Jamar Chase and dumb him down to Buka, Nico, or Buka, Nico, or Rice. So I guess sports, that's the only move you can make at this point. If I throw Garrett Wilson in, can I upgrade that player even a little bit more? Like you could try that. Age 13, Bijan trade was processed. Starting lineup looks like this. Dak, Bijan, Kyron, Buka, Rice, Chase Brown, Woody. Flex Woody over Addison and Judy right now, yeah. Also, CMC owner brought up sending CMC for Kyron plus Chase Brown. I'd lose all the depth, but CMC. Chat, would you rather have CMC or Kyron and Chase Brown? You know what I would want to contemplate is could you then flip Chase Brown? But you'd have to flip him for more than CMC and Kyron. So you'd have to really, go poke around and see what you could get. Like, could you get a JJ or Buka type player? You got Rice and Buka already. Let's say it was like Nico and Rico. Would you rather have Rico and Nico or Chase Brown and Kyron? So that's close. That's arguable. I don't know, bro. It's tempting. You know, H13, you could just say, if you don't have CMC in any of their leagues and you've got, you know, Chase Brown and these guys, and I don't know, man. I almost say it's not a bad risk to take. I do think there's some high likelihood that he could suffer an injury just because he's got such an injury history. But you're talking about, it's week 11, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You got 7 weeks left. The chat's torn. It seems like CMC's and Harvey, CMC's edging out Kyron and Brown by just like 1 vote so far. Yeah, I'm trying to get Brian Robinson Jr. if you could do it. I don't know, bro. You know, H13, why not? I guess. I mean, why not? I guess I would try it. Why not? See if you can get Brian Robinson Jr., but make sure you have another league where if this goes awry, you still have. It's a good swing. It's a fun swing. Sit 1 running back: Warren, Harvey, Henry, Brown, Genty. Probably Jalen Warren. I mean, he's solid, but I would definitely not want to sit those other guys. We taken Wanditti with Jameis over Swift. Nah, I'm not sitting Swift, but I do like Wandell a lot this week. But I'm not sitting Swift. I think that would probably be a mistake. Thank you for the super chat, young man. Appreciate you. And then we've got this one from Patty. Patty says, pick 3: Bijan, Kyron Williams, Vidal, Hunt, Rashad White, non-PPR. Man, I'm obviously going Bijan. Kyron Williams, Bijan, and then the struggle is this last one. I mean, that's a no-brainer, those two. Probably Hunt's interesting because Pacheco's out again, but I think I'd probably go Vidal. I think Vidal's playing good. He's a strong play right now. Hawkman, appreciate you. Got a steal, traded Garrett Wilson for RJ Harvey and Ted McMillan. That's what I'm talking about. To that other owner, who was it that had I think it was Sports try Garrett Wilson for Harvey. Apparently he did it. Did you do that before the news like really came out? That, I mean, you couldn't have done that last day or two, did you? Because that's crazy. Greg, appreciate Greg with the regular message, but he super chats all the time. I want to make sure I answer as many of these questions as I can, especially from Greg. Greg, appreciate you. Start Igbuka or London. I'm going Buka. I have Rice, Lamb, Pickens, Rico, Hendy, Gadsden starting. I don't know if I start London and Buka over. What are we doing putting Pickens in? Like, whatever one you're trying to sit there, put him in for Pickens, my boy. Thanks for the shout out last show. You bet, man. Unicorn for sure. I have my unicorn board somewhere. Let me see where my unicorn people are. These are my dogs that are just constantly dropping fire. Where is this? Here's my unicorn board when I need it. I think it's right. Whoa! Wrong button. Oh, here it is.
He is a unicorn.
This is the highest super chats of the show history. But boy, you are right there with them. I just want you to know that. You know, I if I could keep track, if there was a way to look up, you know, how many times you've done, you'd definitely be on that board and I could put that there. The only reason they have the numbers is because I see it in front of me and I can go, this one's the highest. Greg, you're the man. Would you all trade Igbuka or London for Judkins straight up? I would rather have Buka, but it's pretty close. If you needed a running back, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. If you needed a wide receiver, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. But I certainly would lean toward Igbuka if I had to. What else we got here? Offer JJ and Chase Brown for CMC, says Dwayne. JJ and Chase Brown for CMC. I have Bucky Marks. I don't know. JJ and Chase Brown is a lot, but at the same time, like that other trade, I mean, maybe it's worth trying. BBQ is the best, says E111. BBQ is the man. Riding with Hendy and Harvey as my running back, my running back twos. That's great, bro. I have Harvey. Oh, I'm sorry, Sport. Let me pull up your chat one more time. Garrett Wilson. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I try Hampton and Garrett Wilson if I can get rid of Garrett Wilson. I just don't think anybody after today. They would have 3 days ago. But they're not going to take him now because they got to hold him. Unless they got an open IR spot, maybe they would. He should come back for like the last couple of weeks. So, maybe somebody's willing. Somebody go to a team that's got, 7-8 wins. Someone's winning like you. Maybe they'll. And I wouldn't just cut him because he could be back for the last couple of weeks. But you'll find something, bro. I think using Hampton. I really think you could. You could find J-Mo right now would be a fantastic receiver. I think you're good at RB. I don't even think I want to trade Hendy or Harvey out of the lineup. I think, you got J-Mo. Damn it. You got all the guys I want to just have you trade for, lad. I don't know. I like your team. Chase, Nico, J-Mo is pretty damn good. Bauer's fantastic, bro. You're good. Try and use Garrett Wilson and Hampton for one slight upgrade over Hampton. That's it. It's the only move to make. Where's the waiver board? We talked about these guys right here. Tucker, Tootin, Bigsby, Beat Ruff Jr., Tez, Pearsall, Pierce, Loveland, Otten. But things have changed. Burrow, JD5. Things have kind of changed a little bit. But the board wasn't too good this week. There wasn't a lot of names. We did it live on a show. And we put every name in the book on it. It's always going to be that Sunday show. Sunday after the Sunday Night Football game. So if you go watch that reaction show, you'll see the whole board. But we isolated it down to that. H13, appreciate you with the super chat here. AJB owner switched up, doesn't want Monty or QJ plus Pitts. Trade ideas: 8-2, Herb, Saquon, Kyron, Monty, Tank, Algier, Rice, QJ, J-Mo, DK, Pittman. I don't know that you can. I don't know that you're going to get many people that want QJ. QJ is just not easy to trade. AJB owner switched up. You have J-Mo. J-Mo. I mean, can you get J-Mo? You might have tried. J-Mo, I love. QJ and Pitts for Pickens, J-Mo. Oh, you got J-Mo. Damn it! Pickens, DK, Adunze, Ladd, and then if you're going after an RB, it would be maybe Benson. Maybe Benson, bro. QJ, I mean, Hampton, Benson, kind of like Sutton. I still think Sutton's a good buy low to a degree. H13, there's not much more to go after. I mean, QJ's really not going to get you much at all. Not much at all. I'm trying to even think if I would trade him like straight up for some wild player. I'm looking like even like Tootin. I'm looking at Tootin. I'm looking at Manungai. I'd take Manungai for QJ in a way. But if you need a wide receiver, I'm not saying like you guys shouldn't out there go after QJ in the right deal, but Patty, Wandell, Devontae Smith, Shakir, Jennings, pick 2. Probably Shakir with Kincaid out and probably Devontae Smith. But Wandell's a nice play because of Winston getting in there, but I just don't know. Jacobs, Dowdle, Hendy, Bucky. No one will trade, and I need to drop one. Drop Benson and put Bucky on IL, or drop Kyler Murray. Drop Kyler Murray. There's a chance Kyler Murray doesn't play another down, bro. Now, if that's super flex, I'd be wary of doing that, and especially if it's Dynasty. But even so, I don't know what Kyler Murray is. But in redraft 1 QB, I dropped Kyler without a hesitation. I dropped him in another league. Thank you, Patty. H13, if you have a follow-up, I want to make sure I take care of you. I'm not trying to say, like, keep super chatting. I mean, you can if you want. But I would love to help you if you gave me just like a little guidance on your question. If you could find anything out there for me to approve or somebody disapprove. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate you. Casey, appreciate your super chat as well. Thank you, Patty. Start Quentin Johnston or Tracy. I would go Quentin Johnston here. This is where I'm saying, like, Quentin Johnston can be okay for some situations, but is not somebody I'm going after. I'm certainly trying to trade him away. I want to say, like, Tootin. I really do. I really think Tootin might become... I mean, for anybody saying, oh, Tootin's not even... Remember how bad Hendy looked 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Remember how non-existent Harvey looked 2-3 weeks ago. Remember how bad Hunter looked, and then Hunter was going to be wide receiver 1, then he got injured. Like, things can change quickly. And I'm not saying QJ isn't better than Tootin right now, but Tootin could be a league winner if he gets in there. He could absolutely explode in, like, the last 5 or 6 games. There's always a running back, Monungai as well. I like Monungai as well. There's always a running back, usually a rookie or a sophomore, that in the final 2 or 3 weeks of the year only, they're a top 5 to 10 running back. It's wild. There's usually some player that plays the final 2 or 3 weeks at an electric pace and terror. And I do feel like Tootin might be that guy. I can't guarantee it. Obviously, you know, we're awaiting an injury or something like that. Rock out, you're live.
Yeah, who would you play? Love, Bo, or I could pick up Rodgers?
Love, Bo,
or I could pick up Rodgers.
I'm starting Bo Nix, bro. Bo Nix is top 6. Like, I know it's scary, but is it really when he's top 6? I don't know. Those calls are. It's not like you're telling me you have great options here.
Right. And would you play DK, Fannin, or Sean Tucker?
DK, Fannin, or Sean Tucker?
Yeah, or Washington.
DK, Fannin, Sean Tucker. DK, Fannin, Sean Tucker. DK, easy.
Okay, cool. And then one more. Hold on.
All right. Hold on one second. Mute yourself real quick and think about it, and I'll be right back. Philip says, like clockwork, Smitty is right. Always happens. Yeah, some rookie or young running back is an elite player for the last 3 weeks. H13 says offering Monty plus QJ for Adunze. Yeah, exactly. Like I just said, Adunze would be amazing if you could get that. If anything, Monty plus Pitts for AJB and Fab. I'd take, bro, don't ask for Fab. Like Monty and Pitts for AJB, straight up. I like that. I like Monty too, but like you need a receiver, you want to make this move. AJB, I don't love him, but that's free. You know, you're getting him practically free. That's a risk-free, at least. Trade Devontae Smith for Derrick Henry. I'd rather have Derrick Henry, but there is a world where Smith absolutely, plays a lot better than we expect because A.J. Brown's falling apart. But that shouldn't scare H13 from getting A.J. Brown at a cheap price because the squeaky wheel, et cetera, et cetera. There's opportunity for AJB to still have a big game. Doesn't mean he's not going to be inconsistent. Doesn't mean he won't be crying and complaining when he doesn't do well the next week, but I mean, AJB is still an elite talent. He's not like he's hurt right now. So if I get him free, I take it, but I'm also trying to trade him, and I'm certainly not like in the business of going and getting him on the regular. But you're talking about Monty. I'd take Monty, and then once you get AJB, bro, you still got time. Flip it. That's the thing I want for you, H13. Get AJB for Monty, then throw AJB immediately before your deadline into another player into one more upgrade, and then boom, you're off to the races. You make 2 more trades using that path, and it might be over. It might be one of those things where it's like you did so many weird things, everyone's like almost not respecting that you even did it. They're gonna be like, he took advantage of everybody. Like, that's why you won. You're a great manager. AJB and Bucky. What? Traded AJB for Bucky. That's great. That's a great move. Go ahead, rock out. Anything else?
Yeah, you play McMillan over Debo.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And would you trade Achan for Jacobs and Higgins? I would want a better receiver, but that's like the best offer I can find right now.
Achan for Jacobs and Higgins, I would not.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to get rid of Achan, and it's awful to watch you continue to not get a good offer.
Yeah.
Wild to me that people are not trying to get Achan from you.
Like he scored 40 points last week.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I miss Smitty's league. I can't get there hasn't been one trade. Nobody's paid yet. I keep messaging. Can we just all pay real quick? And the commissioner is not even like setting up payment or anything. It's like, man. I know when I win that I'm gonna get screwed.
What a crazy fest.
I know I'm gonna get screwed. I got screwed so last year I got injured and I lost. The year prior, I forget what happened. The Hamlin year, I was literally like one player playing his game away from winning it all. I had Burrow and Jamar Chase. I got screwed there. I just keep getting screwed in this league. Now no one's gonna pay. At the beginning of the year, they're like, "We'll pay later." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "It's not gonna work."
You mean later?
It's not gonna work.
You mean later? It never works.
All right. Anything else, rock out?
You like Denver's defense or Atlanta?
Probably Atlanta this week. Trust your gut, though. That's close.
Yeah, Denver's playing KC, so.
Yeah. I mean, Mahomes throws picks here and there, but I'd probably say give me Atlanta. But trust your gut. I could see Mahomes throwing a pick six. It could happen.
All right, I think that's about it.
Doesn't mean Mahomes won't do well. All right, appreciate you, my boy. Later.
Cool.
What's this here? Apologies prior. Drop Benson or Manungai redraft. I don't know. Maybe I messed up on the question. I don't know. I don't remember. But Twisted, don't apologize for being great. I am dropping, I'm dropping probably Manungai. I don't like it, but right now, Manungai versus Benson, one is going this way, Manungai, but doesn't mean he wouldn't go up if he gets the opportunity. Benson's going this way. So you kind of got to take the Benson side of this. But if you end up making a trade or right when the game's over, drop your kicker, pick up Manungai, try and work a trade, or just keep holding Manungai all week until, you never know. Swift could get injured. That's the problem, though. Swift gets injured mid-game, Manungai is going to be going to the moon. But Benson's got more value right now, plain and simple. I probably won't stay here too long tonight. I'm kind of wiped, but I'll be back tomorrow. I hope I'm doing a live stream tomorrow afternoon and then the Saturday evening show at 8 p.m. or midnight Eastern. So I hope to do 2 shows tomorrow. One, the graveyard show. Husseini, did you need to call? All right, nobody call but Husseini.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I'm only going to answer for Husseini just because we're on our way out the door. But Husseini, don't feel bad. I'm waiting for you. Smitty, what's the number to call? I was able to still get in for some questions. You bet, pal. Husseini doing it live. $20 hauler, by the way. Like, can we celebrate this man? I mean, he's just like Smitty.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Smitty, can we talk? My boy Husseini. Where's he at? We'll do more Dynasty shows, don't worry. But again, guys, I'm going to release a lot of the insider information as to what the show is going to be about. Like a lot of one-on-one talking. It won't be a video. It'll be like just a conversation, essentially. It'll all be on the Yeah, Husseini, you all right? Someone taking the vehicle there? Husseini? Hello? Somebody just jacked his car on his phone? Husseini, you there? Husseini, do we need to call somebody? Here, call back. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on there. Let me go to the voicemails and to see if the phone line is...
No, you're right, Smitty. Birdie sucks. You're right. I saw it the other day. I watched the old shows. But that Purdy sucks. So that's, I'm on your side on that one. All right. I'll talk to you later. Oh, Purdy sucks.
This is where Denny falls asleep for a few minutes. This is an old message. This is from back in, God, I don't know when, but I always play this to make sure my phone line's working so I can test the levels. Husseini, dial in real quickly. We're waiting for you. Hopefully you're okay. As soon as these Denny's waking up a little bit. As soon as we heard the car alarm going off, the phone cut out. I'm hoping hoping you're okay, pal. We need to call somebody or what? Where's Husseini at? Husseini. I don't know where he is. Where's Denny? Where's Gump? While we're waiting for Husseini, we got Gump's message here.
Hey, how you doing, Smitty Dog?
Smitty Dog.
This is your Gumpster, Captain Forrest Gump, United States of America. That's my bull ride name, Captain Forrest Gump, United States of America. That's what they announced me at the rodeo. But I want to say, this is my last load, boys. I'm gonna drop this load off over here in Denver, Colorado. Then I'm heading to Ogden, grab my car, and I'm heading to Michigan to swim in
Are these not our two best voicemails ever?
No, you're right, Smitty. Birdie sucks. You're right. I saw it the other day. It's Suns are up by 11. Just like I thought they would.
Husseini, you there?
Sorry, man. My bad.
Are you all right? Did someone take your vehicle, or what's going on there?
No, my stupid brother was doing something, but we're good now.
All right. What can I do for you, Husseini? First of all, appreciate you, by the way. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Appreciate you, Smitty.
What can I do for you?
I just have so I've never had this many good players this season, so it's hard to figure out who to start. So made some trades, got some good players, but I got right now JT Judkins as my RB1 and RB2, but I also have Chase Brown and Harvey on my bench.
All right, Genty, Judkins. Hold on one second. This pen. Hold on. Okay, Genty, Judkins. I think the pen's out. Hold on. I gotta get a new pen. Sorry. I go through a box of these pens like every week and a half. It's crazy.
Yeah, you help a lot of people out.
So Hendy, Harvey, Judkins.
So I got Genty Judkins, and then I got Chase Brown and Harvey on my bench, but I'm not sure if I'm who to start, who not to, because on my flex, I also have Pickens because I have Rice and McConkey Ladd on my main receivers. I don't want to move that. I feel good about those two guys. And so I'm torn because I know Pickens against Vegas Monday night, he should do good. But at the same time, I have Chase Brown, who Pirine is ruled out, so I know Chase Brown should get most of the looks. And then you got Harvey on my bench. I don't know, man. It's tough.
So let me get this right. Rice, Ladd, Pickens, Genty, Judkins, Harvey, Brown. Do I have it right?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay. So let's ask the chat to vote. Chat, and you're starting 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex?
Yes.
Chat, what's your lineup? Let's get groupthink on this one. If it was me, it's Rice and if QJ sits, which he's questionable, then Ladd becomes a lock for me. But there's a world where I'm debating between these two, Pickens and Ladd. But let's just put Ladd in now. I'm not sitting Harvey. I'll go as far as to say that Harvey is locked in for me, to be honest.
So earlier I was debating to start Harvey over Judkins, but I felt like that would be crazy to do that. Then I kept going back and forth with what to do. But I was thinking that as well. But I just, man, it's tough.
Yeah, the only thing that would change my mind is if Sean Payton says something weird or we get new news that is like, yeah, he's not quite there yet or something. But Sean Payton already did come out and say he's built to last. That's a good thing. That was a great comment.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, yeah, the Ladd Pickens one, we'll leave that open for right now. That's the debate for me here. Pickens isn't unseating one of the RBs necessarily yet. Okay, so Harvey's locked in for me. He's locked in.
Okay.
Is everybody locking in Chase Brown, Judkins, or Kyron? I don't know. Right now, I'll probably say Kyron. No, actually, Kyron's the matchup is. Look, let me see. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. Kyron is playing Seattle, and he's at home. I don't know, man. I think I would go Judkins. All right. Judkins, his matchup is at home versus Baltimore. Harvey's got a tough matchup against KC, no doubt, but it is at home. And I think Harvey's situation-proof because they could throw the ball to him. That's why I don't care so much about that matchup. This Dallas matchup is great for Genty and Chase Brown at Pittsburgh. I mean, it's not the easiest matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, So do you think it's a bad decision to put? Because this is a full PPR, so I love Genty, Harvey because they also catch balls, and Judkins, he's in a bad offense where if they go down, he's not really going to catch any balls because he doesn't really do that. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if it's full PPR, I do.
Yeah, that's why Judkins probably sits. I'm just telling you, I love Judkins, but I don't know that I'm starting Judkins over. You have two good receivers. You could even go as far as to say Chase Brown's matchup is tough. Judkins' matchup is tough. Genty, Harvey, Rice, Ladd, Pickens. If it's full PPR, I mean, you could literally go that way. It's full PPR.
It is full PPR, yes.
Chat, does everybody think this is the safest approach? Genty, Harvey, Genty because the matchup is golden. Ladd, Pickens, Rice. Do we sit Judkins and Chase Brown? Let's see what the chat says. Chase Brown. What's Chase Brown's? Yeah, I mean, look, Pittsburgh is tough.
Yeah, it shows that they're ranked 8th against fantasy running backs.
Yeah, I mean, Judkins actually, his matchup isn't that tough. It's actually pretty good for RBs. Yeah. But the problem is, so when I say it's a tough potential game script is what you just laid out, is if the Baltimore Ravens get up big, it would be not bad for Judkins if he caught balls. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, even though it's an easy defense to run against, they might not be able to run against them because they got to throw.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And I feel like Harvey will see the ball regardless because Dobbins is out and he's their most talented and best running back that they have. So they're going to use him regardless of what happens, And so I feel like he'll get at least that volume there. Same with Genty. And so and they also both catch balls. I felt like I just wanted to verify my thinking by sitting Judkins because I feel like Judkins is amazing. Of course, we think that, but like you said, I just wanted to verify that I wasn't crazy to sit him.
All right.
And you kind of made me feel better.
Guys, final vote. Everybody vote. Please list 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex, and please write out the entire line. Genty, Harvey, Rice, Ladd, Pickens, or actually, you know what? I can write them out, and you guys can vote A, B, or C if that's easier. So let me write this out. So it'll be Genty, Harvey, Rice, Ladd, Pickens. That would be A. So vote A if you want that. B would be, we'll call it Genty, Judkins, Chase Brown, Ladd. This will be B. C will be Genty, Harvey, Chase Brown, Rice, Ladd. That's C. Or
the chat is pretty mixed.
Rice, Ladd, Judkins, Harvey. Getting a lot of C. Genty, Harvey, Chase Brown, Rice, and Ladd. I just don't. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know that I can sit Pickens. Pickens has got a good matchup, but then again, it's like I don't know that you're gonna go wrong.
Regardless, I am projected to win this week by minimum. It looks. I mean, not that it matters, but it looks like I'm projected to win with a minimum of 8 to 10 points, regardless of who I pick. Yeah. So I don't feel terrible with whoever I end up choosing.
A starting to make a comeback. Genty, Harvey, Rice, Ladd, Pickens. That was what we came up with as the potential top, maybe alternative option. And then, I don't know. Okay, so let's do it this way. Rice is a lock. Genty's matchup is fantastic. Are you worried about Genty at all?
No, the 2 people I feel most confident about is Genty and Rice.
Okay, so we'll circle them. They're locked into place. Let's just simplify this. Let's simplify this. And then is there anybody else we can lock into place? I would lock Harvey in. The reason I say that, and I don't want you to be mad at me, Husseini, I don't think you're going to be mad at me even if I get it wrong. Because you seem like somebody that
I don't care about that stuff.
You understand that there's a close call here. I don't see how someone can wait on, like, think of the Hendy owner that sat him on Thursday night. Like, you go through everything you go through, you hang on to him, you believe, you take all the criticism, everyone says he screwed up in the draft, and then the one day he blows up, you don't play him. You know, imagine the guy that sat him in week 10, and then he was so pissed off at himself, he sat him again in week 11 just in hopes that it would go back to normal so he'd feel good about week 10. Imagine being the guy that sat Hendy in both those games when you're the one that drafted him. I just think if you watch Harvey explode and you're not a part of it, it's going to hurt you more than putting Harvey in and getting 8 points. So if it was me, I'm locking Harvey in. How could you want to not be a part of that? You've waited this long. So Genty, Harvey, Rice. So now it comes down to ranking and finding 2 players out of actually, hold on. Let's lock down a receiver. Let's lock down one more receiver. Ladd or Pickens. Guys, let's vote on that first. Ladd or Pickens. Everybody in the chat vote. Ladd or Pickens. We need one of them. Ladd or Pickens, vote now. As many votes as we can get real quickly. Then all it comes down to is the flex question. This is the best way to group think this, I think. So Ladd or Pickens, please vote in the chat. They both have great matchups in my opinion. Pickens has an unbelievable one, but Ladd is probably the number one for what is ranking to be the top quarterback in fantasy football right now, and Justin Herbert. Ladd, Pickens all day, Pickens, Ladd, Pickens easy. It's funny because the people voting Pickens are like, Pickens all day. Pickens is making a comeback. It's like near dead even.
I honestly feel good about both guys. I don't feel like I could go wrong with either one.
Who do you like better? Who do you feel more inclined to start? Just give me your lock. And we're gonna they're dead even in the chat, so it doesn't.
You know, my heart says Pickens, but my brain says Ladd.
Okay. Well, we might be picking both. So Pickens it is. I kind of sense you're wanting Pickens more. So now, chat, rank one out of the remaining guys. Judkins, Chase Brown, or Ladd. And then I think obviously roll with your gut, but I think this will be pretty good. I mean, if the group is getting this wrong, I don't know that you're going to be all that upset. There's a lot of people voting on this. Ladd, Judkins, Chase Brown. Ladd, Judkins, Chase Brown. Got one vote for Ladd. Another vote for Ladd. That's 2 Ladd votes. 3 Ladd votes in a row. 4 Ladd votes in a row. 1 Judkins vote. Another Ladd vote. Judkins, Ladd. Simi Valley says Ladd. Ladd. Judkins, Ladd. Judkins was already voted. Don't vote twice. Chase Brown. Got 1 Chase Brown. Only 1 Chase Brown vote so far, though, bro. That to me, and I love Chase Brown, but I think Ladd wins. I think this is the safest way. It also protects you from sitting the player you really want. You're struggling between Ladd and Pickens more than you're struggling with anything else.
Yes, I am. I like both. I like both. I just wasn't sure if I had to start if there's a running back that I had instead that was maybe better, but it doesn't seem like it.
Well, you also said it's full PPR, right?
It's full PPR.
If it's full PPR, man, I mean, the worst case scenario is Ladd and Pickens get you like 10 points probably each. 18 points. And if for some reason you miss and Chase Brown has 18 or 23, you're really only going to be out 10 to 12 points off of that. I'm not saying that's an exciting thing, but it's not like if Brown had 22 points, you're not losing 22 points. You're losing probably 11 or 10 or 9 points. But I don't know. I just I think Judkins being game scripted out makes sense, and I think Chase Brown hold on one second. Chase Brown's matchup being so tough makes sense. He's definitely a versatile player. They can catch the football, so bad matchup and all, it doesn't really necessarily, he can be a good player catching the football. But I mean, Pittsburgh's tough. It's a tough. I imagine that Chase Brown has like his last 3 games, bro. 11 carries, 12 carries, 11 carries. It's not like Chase Brown's getting overutilized. He's been very efficient. 9 yards a clip, 6 yards, and 3 yards. 14 targets last week was incredible for 75 yards. That's the thing, though, is like he kind of can be packaged into a comeback. They're gunslinging, throwing it, and he gets 14 targets. It's crazy. That was insane. But can he survive off that? I don't know. Against Pittsburgh, I don't know.
I think I'm going to roll with it, Smitty. I'm going to go. I got Caleb. I got Harvey, Genty, Ladd, Rice. I got Kate Otten because my Tyler Warren's on bye. And then I have Pickens, Flex, Packers, and then Boswell. I think I'm going to just roll with this, roll the Harvey train, go with my stud receivers, and just pray for a win. I think I feel good about this one.
I like Judkins a lot, but I think that even if let's say we got bad Harvey news tomorrow, I think I'd probably lean Chase Brown over Judkins this week.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely. I think so too because he can also catch. I think he won't get scripted out as much as we've been talking about.
Oh man, can we not lock this in though? Like, is this something you want to lock in now? Because the thing is, like, I could see myself. I don't know. I'm looking at Judkins. I'm looking at Chase Brown, and I'm wavering a little bit.
Yeah, that's been me all day.
Let's figure out. Right now, I feel good about this decision. Rice, Ladd, Pickens, Harvey, Genty, but I do want to revisit it one more time. I do wonder. The only thing is the Jets wasn't a tough matchup, and Judkins got 22 carries, but he only had 75 yards. So it's not like they're blocking well, and the Ravens defense shows as a pretty greenlit matchup, but they've been playing a lot better than this is going to show us right now. We're looking at data.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still think I probably don't lean toward Judkins, but I think I'm wavering on Chase Brown and Ladder Pickens. But let's revisit it later. But I think that's a good baseline. Keep it right now. Set it that way. That way, if you slip and hit your head, we'll know that your lineup's good to go. And then, you wake up and you're at least happy that you had in what you decided.
Yeah, that's the best move. I'm gonna reach back out tomorrow night. We'll revisit, but as of now, yes, I think this is good, Smitty.
All right, man. Anything else?
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man.
No, that's it. I was just debating all that, and I just knew that calling in would be a lot easier to figure this out than trying to super chat it, but yeah, thank you, man. I'm gonna super chat you tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
You have to super chat for us to get this worked out later, either. But like let's definitely address it. I'm probably gonna want tomorrow night. I think we can make a decision, and I think we'll have like a busier live stream too. We have only 200 people in the building right now because it's later. I think tomorrow when we have like 500, 600 people in here, let's then pull it.
Sweet, perfect.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Smitty.
Later.
Yeah.
Husseini, the man. Why doesn't he just trade Judkins? I think his trade deadline passed already. A lot of people's trade deadline passed already. So he can't trade. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Appreciate you all very, very much. Let me hit these two supers real quick. Woody versus the Titans or Harvey. I'm not sitting Harvey. You know what I mean? Like, Grippy, like, even if I get it wrong, you know how sick to your stomach you'd be if you held on to Harvey this long. He's getting the go ahead and you sit it out, and imagine how that Hendy person feels that sat Hendy and is like, I'm gonna wait. Like I'd rather lose playing Harvey than have Harvey do what Hendy did, and you don't get to be a part of it, and you're the Harvey owner. Offer Monty plus QJ for Zay Flowers and Fab. I don't know if Zay's much different, man, enough to make the move. I almost like Monty as I don't know. Man, boy, did Zay start off the season hot, and then he just tailed off. I don't mind Zay, but I don't know if this is it. I don't think that's it, age 13. I'm sorry. I think Monty's got enough value to do that straight up, honestly. My Barkley and Debo or Keenan for Lamb and Chase Brown. You're not getting that, Ricky. You're not getting Lamb for that. Barkley and Debo or Barkley and Keenan. How about all three? Barkley, Debo, and Keenan for Lamb. I mean, good luck getting that. But you get Chase Brown and Lamb together? I don't think so. Please try. I would love to see you get that done. Start Purdy or McCarthy this week. Probably Purdy, but the answer is probably neither. I know you're probably in dire straits, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you get on over to the 24/7 live chat Patreon. I'm going to be over there in a minute. But the Patreon is just an amazing place to hang out. $10 a month, cancel anytime. And it's going to have so much Dynasty content. All the Dynasty stuff will kind of run through the Patreon. And whenever I do like a Dynasty video, or not every time, but a lot of times when I'm going to do a video, I'm going to drop a little teaser there or a conversation piece, or hey, guys, what do you think of this in the comments of the Patreon video post? It'll post a video on Patreon, and I'll say comment below on Patreon. And then that might drive content. Like, what do you guys want to see today? I was thinking about talking about this. Is this what you want? Yeah, Smitty, let's do that. Then I go live on it on YouTube for everybody. So, thank you, Random. Appreciate you. Perquez, appreciate you. And thank you, Shelly. Appreciate you. Thank you, E111. Thank you, James. Thank you, Husseini, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you to my moderators, Blackbeard, Sick Nasty, Space Ricky, Travis, The Bolt, Simi Valley, Vampy. I'll see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Live whenever news breaks. Live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Live whenever big news breaks, and live almost every single night at midnight Eastern. And then, of course, check out my new sticker provider, fuegostickers.com. Use code Smitty for 10% off. The official sticker provider of the show. And also, don't forget to go check out my good people over at bentonprint.com. Bentonprint.com is also the owner of The Attic. And you know what? Let's do this. Let me put this up here. This is the Attic NC, but the attic.shop. And let me grab this. And this is also bentonprint.com. Let me put that down here. You guys know to find them at bentonprint.com. Bentonprint.com. The owners of the attic.shop. So if you ever need any printing needs for your business at all, Benton Print is the attic.shop owner. And you trust them because they've been with us forever. This is a fantastic brand and company. And they're essentially, we consider them a part of the family now over at Benton Print and the Attic. We'll be giving away a hoodie this month. We'll also be giving away a pair of these right here.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
I mean, we may get rid of, or we may give away, I'm not sure what pair of Gunners yet. I'll let you know on that, but 15% off using code Smitty. See you all on the Patreon. Yeah, Caps won his hoodie. Caps, let us know when you have it. And if you can put it on Instagram on a story post and tag me, I'll repost it. See you, everybody. Appreciate you.